Hello friends, my name is Manoj Kumar from Corp IT. Today I come up with an interesting topic, that is what is Kubernetes and the matter of the fact like why exactly we need it. So in order to jump into the what exactly the Kubernetes, we need to understand how the application are deployed. So in the traditional way or like in the older days, how exactly the application is deployed, user usually purchase a server and there he installed its application. It could be anything, it could be a database application, it could be a website or anything. But over the time people used to realize that this this something is not working that we need to be, because everyone buy expensive server, but at the end of the day they are not able to utilize the server at the max capacity. There are always like there are waste of resources. So at that point of time we have something called hypervisor. So hypervisor come into the picture, and so basically hypervisor you can think of an operating system, and on that operating system, instead of installing that operating system, you just simply install the hypervisor. And over the hypervisor what you can do, you can simply create your virtual machines. So that's the traditional way, like even nowadays people use virtual machine. But the problem with the virtual machine is that like it isn't heavy in size. So when I'm say it's an heavy in size, so why exactly I'm saying that? So you have your hypervisor, it have their own kernel, and let's suppose top of that you are installing, let's suppose a nginx. Nginx is a utility that probably you're installing on over a linux, you need ubuntu or something. So what basically happening over here, you have already a stack of kernel. Over that you already have another stack of kernel, and top of that your application is there. So let's suppose your application, if re- put a request something, then it firstly translate to the local kernel, and then it will go to the hypervisor, and then hypervisor kernel again uh, turn it, and then it will send the response. So it is one of the problem, and the another problem is is like that it's not very scalable solution. um, like if you have a VM, let's suppose you have a server, but down the line you think okay, your business is coming, you need to scale your servers, then you need to again go and you need to buy a server, and then you can scale it. So that's not also a very cost effective solution also, because if it is come down to scaling, you need to plan your things accordingly. So here then the thing called containers comes in. So containers, you can think of it as a light box. So it have their own, let's suppose if you are running a website, so on that particular container you have your nginx server, all the content, image, javascript or html, everything that required to put for a particular website, it's also bind into that container. And along with that, is there any dependency that nginx server need, that everything is compiled under that. So let's suppose if you want to deploy over here, deploy in any of the site, you can simply just run that container, and it should work. But the problem with that now you have lots of container to manage. How you can manage it? Let's suppose if it's on a single server, then you can use something like docker and you can manage it. But when it's come to the distributed technology, you need to have a solution that can be run on a multiple machine, and that can maintain it, that can maintain all your container, also all your workload. So then we have something called Kubernetes. So what Kubernetes, you can think of a Kubernetes is a manager for all your containers. So down the line we'll also discuss about other component. And if you are like more interested about this and you want to know like if some topic that I miss over here, so I also wrote an article on my website, you can just refer that. And in this article I also covered the monolithical and microservice architecture, and it is a more in-depth uh, article compare what I'm telling over here. So I guess this is more than enough for you. In the upcoming video we'll talk about the Kubernetes architecture, and down the line we'll talk about each and every component of the Kubernetes, and we'll see from there we learn the Kubernetes. Will also do few labs. So let's see how this journey begins. So that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. We'll see you in the next one. Till the time, peace.